Have you had any major injuries in the past?
Not with hockey, but football in grade 7 or 8, I hyperextended my knee, but it wasn't that bad, and that's about it.
And where was your elementary and middle school experience?
How was it?
Where?
Oh, where? There's a little school named Como Park, like right down the street from me. I was from grade 1 to 4. I went there, and then middle school. Went to Lancaster Middle School. It was on Aurora Street. I don't know if you guys know it, but and then I went to one year of Lancaster High School in grade 9.
And you're going to school while you're here in Sarnia?
Yes.
What is your favorite thing about hockey? What is it that attracts you to that game?
Just making friends. Best thing about hockey is having fun, right? So when I come to the rink, I just try to have fun with all the guys, and at the same time, you gotta bring your work ethic.
One of the things that we often talk about in schools when we're out and visiting schools is to talk about cooperation, responsibility, anti-bullying, getting along. Are these the kinds of things that you would advocate that students be aware of, and that these are things that your team is aware of?
Oh yeah, my coaches always tell me the stuff you do out of the rink and at school is how you're gonna play. I remember my first year, I got kind of slacked off in school. I wasn't doing a couple homeworks. I kind of got in trouble for it. But ever since that, I've been doing my homework. I've been doing good in hockey, so I just got to keep that up.
Very good. A little off the hockey now. Do you have a favorite singer or band?
I kind of like listening to everything, but I like Lil Wayne, or it's kind of rap or hip hop. It's kind of my favorite.
What are your favorite TV shows, movies, or songs?
TV show, I like Sports Center. Favorite movie had to be 300 or Slapshot.
What do you do on your free time, if there is such a thing?
Usually after practice, I just go home, eat dinner, and then either hang out with the boys or just kind of stay home and play Xbox.
Do you get out and around very often with other players on the team?
Yeah, mostly every night. I used to go just hang out with Jordan Hill or Ben O'Quinn or Kerbashian or those guys, just kind of chill around with them.
Do you drive, just as a matter of interest?
Yeah, I just got a car a couple weeks ago, so it's pretty nice.
Awesome. What is your favorite or best school subject?
I'm not the best in school, but I like kind of like the wood shops. And I like building stuff. Like a couple years ago, I built like a big trunk, and this year I'm building like a cooler out of wood. That's pretty cool.
Joe, I have an interesting question from one of the students at the school, and it's a very good question, and they're curious to know why it is that you play in Canada and not in the United States.
When I got the opportunity to get drafted to the Sarnia Sting, me and my dad, we'd look over the options. I didn't really make the NTDP team for the USA, so this was the really only option I had. So, and this is a great league to play in. They come out with a lot of prospects like Steve Stamkos, and the past couple of years, all the first overall players were OHL guys like Kane from Buffalo. So,
is it difficult to, and we talked about this a minute ago about your school, but is it difficult to practice probably every day, 3 games a week, and go to school as well?
Yeah, it is pretty difficult. Like when we have games on weekdays, I have to come home like right after school. Gotta make pregame right away and then take a nap for an hour. It's kind of frustrating because I don't have the proper time to rest like some of the older guys do. They like get to rest all day, ride the bike. Like I have to wake up at 7 in the morning to go to school. So.
Yeah, I would think it's a challenging schedule, and then of course with the Sarnia Sting Hockey Club, we expect a lot of our players as well for participating in community events and at schools. So your calendar is really pretty full each day.
Oh yeah, in the summer, me and Hilsey had to go to a park and paint some things. It was pretty fun.
I saw pictures of that. I found that very, very interesting. I think you're in I'm not sure.
Jungle gym.
Jungle gym, or yeah,
Play,
exactly.
I don't know what
those things are called. Is it difficult sometimes to get along with other teammates?
Sometimes.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, sometimes they get frustrating, but you gotta love them after a while. From being around them, being as tight as we are on the bus trips, hotels. So,
Have you always played defense?
my first 4 or 5 years, I was a forward, and then my dad just switched me the 1 year to play defense, and I just played defense ever since.
What is the most difficult thing about being away from your family?
Just being in the atmosphere of the kind of the family, like being around your brother, because I don't really have a brother at the billet house I have now, so it's kind of hard.
What do you miss about Western New York?
Not gonna lie, the football. I don't really get to watch a lot of football anymore. I was a pretty big football fan before I came here, like the Bills. Just got T.O. I really haven't had a time to watch him a bit, but yeah, the football, high school football, I used to play that, so it was pretty fun. But
What part of Lancaster did you grow up in?
in the Village, by William Street in Aurora, around there.
Well, in our final 2 minutes, Joe, one of the students has asked, is it scary in playing in front of a big crowd or in another arena?
Probably my first year was probably the most scariest, because I wasn't really used to having like the 5,000, or in London, my first game I played in London when Kane and Gagne were there with like 9,000 or 10,000 people there. That was probably the most scariest I've ever been, but now that I'm more used to it, I kind of tune out the crowd and I get more into the game, so it's pretty nice.
A few weeks ago, we were in Ottawa, Canada, and I found that a fairly large crowd there, maybe just a little under 9,000, but very, very noisy and very electric in there. Do you notice that?
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of gets the home team kind of riled up, but you kind of just have to block it out.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. It's been a pleasure here today. We plan to send all of this information to Mr. Jeffrey Betts from the North Park Middle School in Lockport, New York, formerly from Lancaster, the home of Joe Rogalski.